fish. I got a fish. Nice one. Big old smallie. Giant smallie. You guys mind taking a picture for me real quick? This is what I was expecting the river to look like yesterday. Now it's a lot higher, a lot more stained. That is a big old iceberg floating down the river there. Jeez. Oh, I felt like a bite right there. Oh, that was definitely a bite. What the heck? My tube keeps coming undone from this little jig here. I'm gonna try something real quick here just to adapt. That was 100% a fish bite though. Really wish I had a leech and a sled with me, but I only brought tubes so I can try out this prototype jig head here. Well, tube jig. It's not really a jig head. Oh, just pulled it down right there. We're gonna get this fish. Alright, so I ran back to the truck quick. Grabbed a leech here. Black chartreuse tail. Should definitely stand out. Let's see if we can snag this fish. Well, not snag him, but see if we can land whatever it is. I'm pressed for time too because I have to get to an appointment, so I feel rushed, but I really just want to know what this fish is. I don't know, either it got smarter or it moved on somewhere else. I'm not getting any bites now. Alright, well, like I said, I have an appointment to get to. It's probably going to be dark afterwards, so we'll try back out here tomorrow morning. Good morning, guys. Finally, Saturday morning. We can get out here early, make some casts. The river is up. I'm going to start with this Nico Craw. Just have it rigged on a little Ned rig here. See if I can get on this fish I kept missing yesterday. I mean, I highly doubt it's still here, but you never know. Tell you what, spring is in the air. It is almost 50 degrees this morning. That sun feels amazing. I have a feeling we're going to get on some pretty good smallmouth today. I think I'm going to jump from the river and go to Penns Creek too, because Penns Creek just opened up. So let's see if there's any smallies moving up through there yet. I think the wind's actually supposed to pick up as the day goes on. We're supposed to get wind as the day moves on, like 15-mile-an-hour wind gusts, so I want to get out here to the open river, start the day, and maybe we'll seek shelter at Penns Creek here once the wind picks up. Now, I've said this before in my other videos, but when the river comes up like this is perfect for bank anglers. Gets these bass pushed out of the deep holes that they're in or out there in the channel. It brings them up right to us, right to the bank. And there's a fine line between a high, muddy river. I mean, you can still catch some fish during those times, but as you can see right now, the water is pretty much clear and it's high. This is the perfect time to be out fishing the banks. Just gotta try to find those areas like this where there's a little bit of a pool here, some slack water, and the current's out there going. And you usually pull into these slack water areas. Might have to make a few casts and break it down a little bit because they could be out there towards the current, they could be in farther. Hope somebody's siding to their house right there. The only downside to a Ned rig is it's exposed, because this isn't an offset EWG, but you get a lot more hookups if you just use the exposed hook. Fortunately, you hook everything on the bottom of the river too. I think I might have to tie on a little bit heavier jig or Ned head, because I can't quite feel this one hitting the bottom. Again, I want something just heavy enough to drag on the bottom, not too heavy to where it's digging into everything. I think I'm gonna go switch real quick, put on something a little bit heavier. Fish. I got a fish. Nice one. Big old smallie. Giant smallie. Good Lord. Nice. Thank you. I do not have a scale on me, but guys, I think that's a PB. Yeah, it is.
Got any cancerous growths on it?
I don't see any, but I wouldn't doubt it coming out of this river.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. That's a good one there. Would you guys mind taking a picture for me real quick? Thank you.
You think the fish population's coming back?
Yes and no. Like I said, I mean, this river, it's pretty toxic. I mean, just upriver, they actually just had, I don't know if it was a leak or the chemical plant actually dumped some chemicals in. This was a week ago. There was a fish kill.
Really?
So up and down through here, there was a bunch of dead fish. And then last year, the sanitation system up in Sunbury, they dumped a bunch of waste into the water, and it killed a bunch of fish again. So, like, I mean, obviously you can see these fish are healthy and thriving, but I think what it's doing is it's killing off some of the weaker ones. Then these big ones are still being able to reproduce, you know what I mean, and spawn, and hopefully the genes of these stronger ones keep going. But it's honestly hit or miss. But I mean,
Is it true that the PP&L plant dumped all that or selling shell?
that's what it was. That's what it was last year, yeah. All right, guys, gonna let this go quick.
Did they never find them, or did it?
No, that's the thing, is they're not finding these companies and they're just letting them do it. Even down in Harrisburg, they're doing it down there too. But I don't know, rumor has it that they're going to start actually having penalties for these companies, which they should, because I mean, look, this is what they're killing off, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, this used to be one of the best smallmouth bass fisheries in the country.
that's what I've been hearing, yeah. I mean, I've been fishing it the past couple of years, and I've been getting on some good fish, but I'm also getting ones that have black all over them, look like tattoos. Some of them have sores, I have seen. And not only just smallmouth, like the muskie, catfish, carp, they're all being affected by these diseases and stuff. All right, guys, we're gonna let this beauty go. What an awesome fish. One more look at that. That is a giant. Yeah, it's a good thing about the river coming up. It pushes them out of the deep holes and gets them close to the bank, so it helps bank anglers like me. But thank you guys, I appreciate you. You too, thank you. All right, guys, well, I didn't say this, but I went to Dick's Sporting Goods. I was trying to find some jigs to get, some heavier Ned rigs. I did find some, but I decided to break out the heavier gear. Used a 1/4 ounce. This is a North Branch tackle football jig, and I have a Bandito bug on there. And as you saw, just freaking hammered that giant smallie. I don't have a scale with me. Mine broke last year, but that thing was probably pushing all but 5 pounds right there. That was a really good fish. And as you guys heard, I was talking to those people asking questions about this fishery, the Susquehanna River, and I wish I had better things to say about it, but it is kind of toxic. But as you see, there is some big smallies that are still thriving in here. Let's get it back out there and see if we can get on some more. That is awesome. Biggest one of the year. Right after the day I catch my first one. I wasn't sure if that was a fish when I first hooked it. The thing was just straight weight. It wasn't really fighting. Again, in the cold water, I use fish really slow. So I decided to go with this bulkier jig and just drag it slow on the bottom. All right, we're gonna switch spots and go back to where I was earlier this morning. See if we can find something laying in there. So far, we're off to a good start today.